Hey, good morning everybody. Today is Thursday, April 9th, 2015. My name is Cliff Backus. I am the Chief Market Strategist for Push Button Stock Trading, and this is your daily video market review. Markets moved higher yesterday on solid accumulation. Accumulation is an indication of institutional buying in the market. We as momentum traders are always trying to identify where the institutional traders, the folks that really move the market, are going so we can, as traders, get out in front of them. Yesterday it appeared the institutional guys were in a buying mood. What we're looking at here is the HGSI warehouse. HGSI is a tool that I use on a daily basis. And what we're looking at here is a screen of our 7,000 stock database that takes into account stocks in leading groups moving to the upside. We have 101 stocks in this screen. Take a look at our spectrum analyzer. What the spectrum analyzer does is it gives us a snapshot of where the power was in the market on a single day yesterday. Yesterday we can see that the most powerful industry group was biotech, followed by specialty pharmaceutical, application software, generic pharmaceutical, and internet-based services. So it would appear that yesterday the biotechs and pharmaceuticals were where the power was in the market. We're also seeing application and internet-based services showing some muscle here. Absent from today's top 5 are the oil related stocks that we have been seeing recently. Okay, let's take a look at the Nasdaq Composite. Nasdaq Composite yesterday was up 40.59 points or 0.83%. Nasdaq closed at the very top of its trading range yesterday. Nasdaq is now bracketed by support down here in the 48.11 area and resistance up here in the 50.09 range. We are showing a market in transition on our 1 to 6 month timing model with an aggressive buy rating. What the aggressive buy rating means is that we are not actually on a buy rating on the 1 to 6 month timing model, but aggressive traders can dabble back into new positions. Trading volume yesterday was higher than the prior day, giving us an accumulation day. Accumulation days have been fairly few and far between recently. For our O'Neill friends, the market is currently in a confirmed uptrend, but that uptrend's under pressure due to 6 days of distribution over the past month. Over that same period, we've seen 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of accumulation, counting yesterday. Those 5 days of accumulation are almost matching the distribution, indicating that perhaps this market's getting a little bit stronger here. Let's take a look at our MACD histogram to see where our immediate term bias is on the Nasdaq Composite. Yesterday, our histogram closed below the 0 line, which is bearish, but we're in a definite uptrend, which is bullish, and so our immediate bias on the Nasdaq Composite is neutral. Let's take a look at the S&P 500. S&P wasn't quite as strong as the Nasdaq yesterday. It closed up 5.57 points or 0.27%. Closed just a little bit above the middle of its daily trading range. Right now the S&P 500 is bracketed by support down here in the 2040 area and resistance up here in the 2120 range. Our 1 to 6 month timing model on the S&P is showing us a market in transition, but the S&P also is on an aggressive buy signal, meaning that we're not actually on a buy signal, but aggressive traders can begin to dabble into new positions. Trading volume yesterday was above the prior day, giving us an accumulation day. And like the Nasdaq, we're starting to see a little bit more accumulation in this market. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of accumulation. That compares to 7 days of distribution in the S&P. S&P is currently in a confirmed uptrend, but that uptrend is under pressure due to this distribution that we mentioned earlier. Taking a quick look at our MACD histogram, we see that our histogram still is trading below the zero line, barely, but is in an uptrend. Trading below the zero line is bearish, being in an uptrend is bullish, and so our immediate bias on the S&P 500 is neutral. I'm going to take a look at 3 stocks real quick today. First one, ACORN Inc. ACORN develops pharmaceuticals in specialty areas such as ophthalmology, hospital drugs, and injectables. We can see that ACORN has had a series of nice little trend line breaks over the past few months. We got this trend line break in ACORN 2 days ago. Right now, ACORN is in a consolidation with a pivot point of $55.86. ACORN gets an 80% checklist rating, and significantly yesterday, ACORN Pharmaceutical traded higher volume than any down day in the past 10 sessions. That gives us a pocket pivot. ACORN Pharmaceutical can be bought by aggressive traders here if you're inclined to buy pocket pivots. Keep in mind that we are on an aggressive buy signal on our 1 to 6 month timing models, which means that technically we are still in a don't buy signal in the market, but aggressive traders can begin to dabble back into stocks here. We've been following Ligand Pharmaceutical for a while. Ligand develops pharmaceuticals in the area of oncology, central nervous system, inflammation, and blood disorders. The stock currently gets a 76% checklist rating. We have this cup and handle base that Ligand has been in for about a year now. Our pivot point on that cup and handle was 79.61, and we broke out yesterday on 147% of average daily volume. That's exactly the situation that we're looking for in Ligand. Aggressive traders that want to put some money to work in this market might do well to take a look at Ligand. Finally, another stock from our weekend review list on Monday is Silicon Motion Technology. Silicon Motion is a Taiwanese designer of microcontrollers, universal serial bus flash drives, card readers, and embedded flash. Yesterday, we had a gap in Silicon Motion, and the stock closed right at the top of its daily trading range. The stock is currently in a cup base with a pivot point of $30.50. We closed yesterday at $30.49. Ligand gets an 80% checklist rating. Trading volume yesterday was huge. We traded 313% of average daily volume. Keep an eye on SIMO today. We'll see if it can break above its pivot point at $30.50. That's about all I have for today. If you want to talk about SIMO or any of our trading or market strategies, please feel free to give me a call, drop me an email, or come by the office, see what we're up to. If you're out of the area, we can set up a Skype session. A reminder, if you've not already done so, please take a minute to go to our subscription page and subscribe to Push Button Stock Trading. You can also follow us on Twitter at Push Button Stock. Again, My name is Cliff Backus. That's your daily video market review. Have a safe and profitable day. Keep your stops in place, and I will see you again tomorrow. Please stay tuned for our important disclaimers. All the best. Disclaimers. Push Button Stock Trading Video Market Review is produced and edited by Clifford B. Backus. Mr. Backus is a Senior Vice President of Investments, Technical Analyst, Portfolio Manager, and Partner with the investment firm of Ohannes & Liqueurs, Incorporated. Video Market Review is produced solely for the benefit of our clients, friends, and colleagues. Anything written, stolen, and/or plagiarized in this publication is done without malice. Further, the analysis and opinions expressed in this publication are strictly those of the editor and not of Ohannes & Liqueurs, Incorporated, its affiliates, subsidiaries, or any of the officers or employees of Ohannes & Liqueurs, Inc. On that note, we submit the following. The analysis, calculations, and evaluations presented herein are based on data and assumptions Ohannes & Liqueurs, Incorporated believes to be accurate. Ohannes & Liqueurs, Incorporated makes no representation that such analysis or calculations are accurate or that such valuations represent levels at which actual trades may occur. This report has been prepared from original sources, except where otherwise noted, and data we believe to be reliable. Ohannes & Liqueurs, Inc., its affiliates and subsidiaries and/or their officers and employees or their families may from time to time acquire, hold, or sell a position in the securities mentioned herein. Moreover, opinions may differ from one entity to the next. If we are used in connection with the purchase or sale of any security discussed in this report, we may act as principal for our own account or as agent for both the buyer and the seller. Push Button Stock Trading is dedicated to the education of friends, clients, and paid subscribers. Push Button Stock Trading is an information service only. The information provided herein is not to be construed as an offer to buy or sell stocks of any kind. Push Button Stock Trading is created to aid subscribers in making informed investment decisions based wholly or in part on technical analysis. It's possible that at this time or some subsequent date, the editors of Push Button Stock Trading may own, buy, or sell the investments presented. All investors should consult a qualified professional before making any investment. The information provided has been obtained from sources deemed to be reliable, but it is not guaranteed as to the accuracy or completeness. The editors of Push Button Stock Trading make every effort to provide timely information to subscribers, but cannot guarantee specific delivery times due to factors beyond our control.